Hello, I'm Dr. David Hawkins. I'm the director of the Marriage Recovery Center in Seattle, Washington, and I have been talking a lot about narcissistic personality disorder. There is an incredible amount of confusion out there, in my opinion. One great aspect of the confusion is, does a person have it or do they not have it? And I think that's really led to a lot of confusion because NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, is typically not either you have it or you don't. It's on a spectrum, it's on a continuum. I've worked with thousands of men who I think have narcissistic personality traits, not all of the criteria for the disorder. And so you're probably involved with someone who's got a lot of narcissistic personality traits, but in all likelihood doesn't have all of those traits, or not all of them to such an extent that they would be diagnosed as NPD and thus untreatable. Now, I'm really aware of all of the talk out there about if you've got NPD, you're untreatable. If you're with somebody who's got NPD, get out, get away, go. But come on, you're watching this video because you, along with myself, realize that you've got a relationship with this person and you may want to still have a relationship with this person. So even though they are charming and demanding and entitled and self-centered and emotionally immature, they're all of those things, but they also have many, many wonderful traits, and you care about this person. And so you're watching this video and you're hoping that I'm going to say, maybe there's a chance that he could be treated. And I am. There is a chance he can be treated. So again, narcissistic personality traits as opposed to the full disability. That's the issue here. Okay, so let's assume for a moment that the man that you're involved in has NPD traits. He's got some of the traits, and even those not to the fullest extent. Now, I want to tell you something else that is likely to be true, that is really, really good news, in addition to all the wonderful things that you care about him for. He's also dependent upon you. Yep, that's right. As much as he sounds and looks so self-assured, and as much as he sounds like he could just take you or leave you, as much as he has that crusty exterior and that just arrogant attitude, underneath it all, he's dependent. Now, why is that good news? Because now we're going to talk about intervention with narcissistic personality disorder. And intervention means that there's got to be a breakdown that leads to a breakthrough. Okay, and where's the breakdown going to come from? Yep, you guessed it, you. Okay, and what are you going to do to bring about that breakdown that's going to lead to the intervention? You're going to become self-assured yourself. You're going to know what you know and you know her. You're going to become more convicted. You're going to decide, wait a minute, I need to have boundaries. I need to decide that I'm going to teach this person how to treat me, and it's going to be much better than they have treated me in the past, or I'm going to temporarily separate from them. Yes. And guess what? When you temporarily separate or threaten to temporarily separate, yes, at first they get mad. Yes, at secondly they get mad. Yes, thirdly they get mad. Fourth, oh, now they're becoming threatened. And now they're becoming more willing to become involved in both individual and couples therapy. And yes, that is what is needed to bring about an intervention. So, is intervention possible with narcissistic personality traits? It absolutely is, but it may require that you pull apart from this person temporarily so that you bring about this breakdown. So now they're not so self-assured. Now they're not so arrogant. Now they're not so demanding. Now they learn about boundaries. Now they learn, wait a second. Oh, sure, maybe they thought they could just get rid of you and get somebody else, but they keep bumping into the same kind of problems. Their life isn't working. All right. Is intervention possible with NPD traits? It is. How is it possible? By you becoming more self-assured, by you becoming convicted, by you deciding there have to be healthier boundaries in this relationship for us to make it. You begin to separate, or you threaten to separate, and you must mean business. And then you define, here's how I must be treated. And guess what? He will become involved in individual and couples counseling. He can't just go to couples counseling alone or individual counseling alone, because if he goes to individual counseling alone, he's going to just talk about you. That therapist, that psychologist needs to know what you know. He needs to know what the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde qualities are, so he knows what to look for. He knows the charming, manipulative, deceptive aspects to his personality and can look for those, can call them out, can confront them, and yes, change is possible. All right, I hope I've given you some hope here. It's not as simple as many others are saying. It's complex, but the complexity also brings us hope. All right, I'd like to talk to you more about this and these issues. Again, this has been Intervention with a Narcissistic Personality Disorder, and I'm Dr. David Hawkins. I'm the director of the Marriage Recovery Center. You can read more about my work. You can read my books. Go to my website, marriagerecoverycenter.com. Email me at drdavid, D-R-D-A-V-I-D, drdavid at marriagerecoverycenter.com. I look forward to hearing from you. Take care. Bye-bye.